Well, hello there. I'm back once again. Let's make some plans for the town hall expansion. Expanding my town hall is one of my long-term plans, and my whole layout is planned around that expanded town hall. And here you can see the starting point. My aim is to add more of those windows on either side. Here is something that I put together quickly in Paint. One set of added windows doesn't seem to be enough. But two sets of windows. That seems to hit the spot. This will fit nicely on two base plates with 4 starts of free space on either side. But there is actually 7 starts of more space on either side. And I haven't still decided how to fill that space with base plates. There needs to be some cutting, but how to cut those plates is the question. Here is a scale model of my town square area. And here you can see a base plate and half base plate in that same scale. So the depth is 1.5 base plates exactly, but the width is a little less than 2.5 base plates. However I try to fill that area with base plates, I'm always left with some odd shapes. This is one idea that I had. The base plate closest to you would have to be cut into a T shape. And those leftover areas, well, more cutting is required. Now the building would go about here, and that would help with the odd-shaped plate directly under it. But then I thought that it might not be a good idea to connect that town square to the building permanently. I might want to move those separately. That way I could place the building on its 2 own base plates and then worry about the rest separately. But those 2 leftover areas look quite narrow, and that area cannot be cut from a single base plate. But I decided to make this work somehow. Enough of planning, time for some action. Let's move this town hall from the original base plate to these 2 new base plates. Bit nerve-wracking at this point, but step by step I started to move everything to the new plates. In the end, it wasn't that bad, only the interior details and the front windows are missing. And now the transfer is complete. I am planning the 2 cobblestone tiles around this building, so I didn't put the original tiles there. I also didn't think that it was necessary to tile the basement floor now that the plates were grey. And here the town hall is on its new base plates. There's plenty of room for expansion. But I still had to solve that town square base plate problem. At this point, a new idea occurred to me. Originally, I was planning to move the building forwards on its plate. But what if I move the whole plate forwards and actually move the building backwards? That would mean that the bookshop plates would cover that area partly. And the remaining area could be covered with a cutout from a single base plate. That felt like a good idea, so I decided to do just that. In order to get the apartment building moved backwards, I will have to turn that veggie patch sideways. But that is not a problem. It fits there just nicely. Now I have a 3-stud gap in the tiling in front of the building, and that needs to be fixed. Luckily, I have some extra tiles right here. And this is the end result. The apartment building now has extended sidewalk in front of it. Then it was time to do the same for the bookshop. Little by little, everything moved backwards 4 studs. It would have been nice to notice at this point that it actually needed to be 5 studs. But I didn't realize that and moved the building 4 studs. Then I rearranged the 3 branches so it can go flush against the wall. My town hall will eventually be this close to the bookshop, so there isn't too much room for the birch tree. Well, I will get an extra stud there when I move the building to the correct position. And here is the end result. Once again, an extended sidewalk with the extra tiles coming from the town hall. I was able to fit this original toy plane stuck in a tree scene here just nicely. Here are the moved buildings back in the layout. The sidewalk will extend eventually to this new position. And this was the point where I realized that the bookshop is 1 stud off. I didn't move it back enough. And here I just filled the town square with what I had currently. I just placed the greenhouse mock on top of the other plate. And in the other side, I just decided to kind of sketch where the extension would be. It will be kind of a narrow street, but then again, I don't have that much room for the layout, so the side streets cannot be a priority. And finally, I'd like to share some plans about the indoors of my extended town hall. Originally, I was a bit stuck here. I knew that I wanted a mayor's office there. But what else? There would be plenty of room for other rooms as well. But then I remembered that you can download original Lego instructions as PDF files easily, and I could just check what details were there in the original Lego Town Hall set, and how those details were built. That gave me plenty of more inspiration. Office rooms for city officials, and a larger area with speaker's booth. Perhaps a boardroom with nice long table. And of course that mayor's office too. And I would keep some of the original details, like this grand staircase, and perhaps that cafe area too. And that reception desk will work just as nicely in a bigger town hall. There might be a door instead of that bookcase that leads into new offices. The stairs to the roof would likely need to be removed in order to make room for that big boardroom in front of that giant glass window. And I quite like these bookcases. Perhaps one of the rooms could be an archive room of some kind. All this meant that I would need quite a lot of office tables, filing cabinets, and so on. And I was a bit worried how to get parts for all that. And then, one day, I happened to stumble upon this Lego office set in a local store. That seemed to have quite a lot of different details that would be very useful in my town hall build. And there is quite a lot of minifigures there too. And the floors are light gray plates. I will definitely need those for the town hall too. And even the wall colors match nicely. I can see white, sand green, and tan there. And all of those colors are already used in the town hall build, so it is good to have more of those. Perhaps I can build a bit more color-coordinated back wall. And that is a wrap on the preparation part of my town hall build. For the next video, I'll be getting another assembly square set. That means that we can start the actual build. And later on, that office set will be added to the mix. I will upload that next video ASAP, but remember, when a Sloth says that, it means as slowly as possible. Bye bye.